All right, we're going straight to the pyramids, perritos. But first, who are we gonna sacrifice? Let's go.
The beak.
Pero yo por qué, güey? Why me? Sacrifice Chewy, fool.
Hey guys, how's it going? Darth Shigong here, and this is Gaming on the Dark Side. Welcome to another episode. Today we're going to be talking about the event coming up for Totec. So it's another one of our grinds or not to grind videos where we discuss whether or not grinding this event is going to be worth it in terms of time, money, and just plain old sanity. So quick overview of the event. This is an alliance event. It's called the Flayed One, which I'll be going into that in a second here. It's going to be running from Thursday, September 24th through Sunday, September 27th. Giving us grinders a little less than 4 days worth of time to grind it out and grab all the goodies. So let's look at Totec really quickly and see if he's worth it. Alright, so his skills are pretty interesting here. If I remember correctly, this guy came out right after Baba Yaga, and she was like the first invoker, right? So his invoke skills were interesting at the time. I passed up on him, and I really don't regret passing up on him because he's not really all that useful. However, now he's come around again. I figure I might as well grab him. But let's see here. So, you know, he's got a mixture of Grenadiers and Imperials, which is an interesting mix. What's interesting is the fact that he doubles up on defense, but he also can double up on offense, where most of the invokers now, they're either or, right? They're either attacking or they're defending, it seems like. Now, before I move on, there's something I want to kind of point out real quick. You know, Totec, he's got that cool blue paint on him, so you look at it, oh man, it's like this little friendly Rio bird, dude. But when you really look at the skill set of Totec from before, he's actually more like this dude, not friendly. Check out back when they first had it out, they had the names of these things. You have the invoke skills name, right? You have Flayer, Night Drinker, Sacrifice, Heart Seeker, Apocalypse. Now, I like lore and I like looking into these guys. So really quickly, guys, I gotta read you something to kind of talk about how truly vicious this dude is. So this dude is a Aztec god, right? Or a deity from those days. And he has kind of like a nickname called like the Lord or the Flayed One. Now, why they say flayed is because this dude was portrayed as wearing people's skin. It's insane, right? And the new skin basically was representative of like covering the earth in the spring. And that's just gnarly, right? Now, the Night Drinker part is also pretty crazy for something there, because basically, guys, they would take people and they would sacrifice them by shooting arrows into them, and then when the blood would sprinkle on down, it represented rain. And they kind of gave him also a nickname called the Night Drinker, because, you know, hey, we want to thank him for bringing the rain and bringing out the feathered serpents and all this other stuff, some crazy stuff. So it's just awesome to like look into the lore more if you guys want. That's one of the things I kind of enjoy. I mean, granted, I know it doesn't change the game, but it definitely enhances the experience, at least for me, when these guys are a little more rounded out. They're not just pixels on the screen, but they're actually characters for me to kind of play around with. So let's go on and move on. We got Totec's relics coming back here and all that. We got Totec's Ziacoatl. I had to look that up to make sure I pronounced that correctly. Ziacoatl. That's actually pretty cool sounding and all. We also got the hummingbird here and the mark of the elephant. And like I said earlier, I missed out on all these relics the first run through. So I'll definitely grabbing them as we go. I can see using Totec's Ziacoatl on my Krothos. The hummingbird there I can see putting on my Avalos. And of course the mark of the elephant I've been using on my Krothos when I run around smashing stuff with him. You're also going to be ending up with Dracor's gauntlets there and Dracor's gift. Those are two of the other 4-star relics that we're going to be getting in the event if you go all the way through. So just want to make sure I show those off real fast for you. Those are going to be working on your Grenadiers and Imperials, the same thing, kind of helping them out. And last but not least, we've got Dracor here. Just want to show him off real fast and show his skill set. He's a champion. And I feel kind of like this about him.
Meh. M-E-H. Meh.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. Meh. I mean, you know, I can see for my low-level players and all that, you got a pretty decent dude, and he can go out there and do some stuff, and he's working on with your troops and all. But overall, man, I mean, even his prestige here is like, meh. There's not much else I can say about him. Alright, so now it's time to like break down this event and analyze its worth and to see what we got. So I got the individual milestone rewards here. I made sure I pulled out the stuff of any value, like the gems, portal stones, event relics, that kind of stuff. So you can see here we got 4,400 gems in this event, 425 portal stones, 4 event relics. Those have a value of 3730. The 4-star relics, the 2 4-star titans, and the divine gems, once again, I call those intangibles. And what they're worth is going to vary by player. Some of you guys are into relics. Some of you guys are into titans. Some of you guys are definitely collecting those divine gems. So it's going to be worth more or less to you, depending on the value of those things to you guys. Next, we got the alliance rewards here. Since it is an alliance event, and depending on what you're going to do, if you're grinding all the way to finish, hey, and all, like, you know, I would look for an alliance that's going for either the 4,000 gems or the top 100. I mean, that definitely adds value to your grind, guys. You get more bang for your buck now, because now it's not just the regular rewards, you're also getting the alliance rewards. So it's definitely worth trying to find an alliance that's going for it. And yeah, man, stack up. All right, so now the next part of this thing is the graph that I always put together. I did add a new thing. I had some people asking about it, so I added in actually how much time it's going to take too. So it's not just the cost of money, but it's also a cost of time when we're talking about grinding, guys. So we got to look at our boost titans really quickly. Now, obviously, if you're not using a boost titan, you got just a base 1.0 multiplier. If you got a 3-star champion titan, it's going to be a 1.1. For 4-star champion titans, any elements, it's a 1.2. But if you have Totec, Bast, Dracor, Krothos, you're going to get a 1.4 boost. And that's going to make a big difference here when we're looking at our grinding graph. Alright, so coming back to this, now that we look at the boosts here, let's talk about how many battles and how much time it's going to take. Now, you can see the big difference between the 1.0 and the 1.4. We're talking at a maximum, we're looking at 2,000 some odd battles, about 2,004 battles with a 1.0 boost. There's a lot of battles, guys. Or if you have a 1.4 boost, we go all the way down to only 1,400. Now you can see time-wise, that's the new thing we added here. With a 1.0 boost, you're looking at 25 hours of grinding. Now, I don't think you're going to grind straight for 25 hours, but we've got 4 days to split that 25 hours over. So it is doable, even with a 1.0 boost. With the 1.4 boost, you're going to save yourself about 7.5 hours, though. So by having that Titan, guys, that's a 1.4 boost, once again, you can see that it makes a big difference, because time is money, and being able to save 7.5 hours is a big deal. All right, so now we look at the gems to finish, and as always, I like to make sure I show off my little gem packs here. I love to support the game. This game, it gives me a lot of joy, so I don't mind spending a couple bucks on it to make sure it goes. And like I said, it does help with the calculations on figuring out what's going to be the best way to grind this out, because gems are going to buy us our portal stones are going to supply us our battles, and that's how we're going to get our souls. Alright, so now that we've seen that, bloop, get out of there. We can talk about the cost versus, well, the value. And we said the value of the event was $37.30. That's the stuff that actually has cash value in a sense, with the portal stones, the gems, and the relics, compared to what we're going to be spending to get it. You can see here with our matrix, just from a dollar standpoint, is it worth doing it? So you can see all the way from the 1.0 to 1.2, it's going to cost money. So it's, like I said, always like I say, it's going to depend on those intangibles, the relics, the divine gems, and the titans. If they're worth it to you, then let's do it, right? If they're not, well then hey, I can't really recommend the grind. However, with the 1.4, they're sticking pretty true to this, guys. The top boost titan always makes it to where if you are willing to put the time in and grind, you will get more value than what you're putting into it money-wise. So that's pretty awesome. All right, so now we move into the final verdict here, guys. Not to grind or grind. And basically what I'm going to say is if you have a 1.0 to a 1.2 boost Titan, I would not recommend the grind. It'll be long, it's going to cost you time and money, and it's not really worth the investment. However, if you can find yourself a good alliance with a low minimum, then I would recommend at least grinding up to, maybe 2,500 to get those boost relics for the next event. And hopefully they'll score you some gems with the alliance reward, or maybe possibly even a 4-star Titan. Now, if you happen to have a 1.4 boost Titan, then yes, I do recommend the grind. Granted, 1,400 battles isn't a small number, but it's definitely doable. 17 hours split amongst 4 days, also very doable. So you can go all the way through. So if you're looking to get this Titan, you're looking to get all the relics, all the divine gems, all the experience points, and forging food and relic forging food, then this grind is, well, definitely worth it, and I say go for it. Unless, right, there has to be that little unless, you already got Totec, you already got the relics, you're not really into collecting divine gems, and maybe you just want a break after these last few weeks of events just eating us up. And we have another big one coming up after the Lithator one. There's a new Titan coming out, so maybe you want to save your grind for that one. So hey, there's that recommendation as well. Well, that's going to be pretty much it, guys. Thanks for sticking around and joining me for another episode here on Gaming on the Dark Side. I'm Darth Shigong. I definitely appreciate your time. I appreciate you guys checking out the videos. And if you guys have any suggestions for videos you guys would like to see me do or maybe get into or something like that, let me know. I got a couple things I'm working on. I'm really looking forward to having some more stuff coming out in the next week or two, so definitely keep an eye on the channel. And with that in mind, if you guys really do want to make sure you don't miss any of my videos, please make sure you like and definitely subscribe. As you can see here, I need money for my karate lessons. My family was killed by ninjas. All right, so yeah, definitely we need your guys' help. Anyways, thanks for joining for the Totec video. Hope you guys enjoyed it here, and I'm going to be out like this dude.